National Law University of Law and also holds a master's in criminal law. He has cleared UGC NET in criminology and in law. He specializes in laws forensic related to juvenile delinquency, criminal justice administration, forensic investigations, cyber crime, domestic violence, family corporate, drafting and vetting of documents, labor and business laws. Abhimanyu Singh is the founder of Manu Legal, an online web portal for legal news and events. He has numerous publications in reputed national and international journals, and to his credit, he is the author of the eminent books on the public international law and human rights. Adding to his credit, he has judged many national moot court competitions organized by prestigious universities across India. He has also worked as assistant professor of law at ICFAI University. He is a well-recognized name in the legal academic fraternity. Moving towards making academics in his internal orientation, he is pursuing PhD in law on crimes against juvenile in India and is working towards the strapping mission of protecting juvenile against crimes and creating a safe and secure environment for them. Today, Sir will let us know that how to write an article or books and get them published. Sir will discuss some points like effective tips to boost article writing skills, 6 rules for writing good articles, article writing format, objective, steps and concepts, cracking various stages of book writing, how to publish article, research paper, essay, how to approach book publisher. Thank you everyone. My part is over and now I would like to invite Mr. Abhimanyu Singh with your digital applause. Thank you, sir. It's over to you now.
Thank you. Am I audible to you? Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, hello everyone. As Mr. Vijay has already discussed about me a lot of things. So, the topic of today's workshop is how to write articles or books and get them published. So basically, uh, first I would like to introduce myself in such a manner that I've published total 18 articles in various reputed national and international journals. But the reason behind writing such articles, numerous articles, and on different law topics, for me, it was for just to build my CV. That's it. But in today's webinar, today's workshop, what I'm going to discuss is that like what you guys can think and what you guys can prepare for writing a best article which will be get published in national or international journals. Now, the basic and the first and foremost thing which we all need to understand is that why do we want to write an article? Like, you should ask a question from yourself first, that yes, you want to write an article on a particular topic. Like, for example, you want to write an article on migrant labors. Like, first you have to think, you have to analyze yourself, that what is the reason behind writing such article. Why do you want to write such article? This is the main thing, which according to which you should have an objective in your mind, that I am writing this article for this objective, for this purpose only. If we talk about general science, what happens is that, like, I have some opinion regarding migrant labors, and I can tell it to my mother, my friends, mouth publicity regarding that. And what if I want to make my opinion to reach all around the world, to reach a larger public? So in that case, I would like to write an article. So for that purpose, for the purpose that your voice, your thinking, your opinion should reach to the world and you and your opinion should make a difference, little bit of difference in the thinking of other people also. This is the main objective. This should be the main objective behind writing an article. There are other objectives also behind writing an article, but before that, we should know what exactly the definition of an article. There are many terms in the market, in the legal field also, from which we get confused regarding that what is a right article, what is a research paper, case comments, book reviews, and other small articles, long articles, short articles. So first and foremost, I would like to tell you all that an article is just a piece of writing which signifies opinion of a person, only the opinion of that person. But a research paper is a pure writing of a person which is based on particular research which he has made in the field or in through various books or library sources or the sources of, which are available on the internet. Now, first, but in various journals are asking that they also ask for articles also, they ask for research paper also. So it totally depends on you that what type of writing you want to do. If you want to write an article, then also you can write an article. If you want to research paper, then you have to first research on that particular topic. Now, in today's era, as there is much more competition, most of the person here also, most of the person will be willing to write an article for the CV basis only, like for improving their CV only. But my suggestion is that for writing an article, you should first make your opinion and should write an article in such a manner that it should create some positive impact on the world, some positive impact on the citizens, some positive impact in the Indian law or laws around the world. This is the first thing. Now, if we go further for the objectives, like your objective behind writing the article should be of providing some sort of information or providing some sort of knowledge to the people who are reading that particular article. Article can be published in a newspaper, magazine, journal, anywhere, but it should provide some information, some relevant information regarding that particular topic. This should be the main objective of every writer. Okay. Now, if the objective is clear and the definition is also clear, we should move further to the format of writing an article. Yes, there is a particular format for writing an article. Like you cannot write something without any format. Like research paper also needs a format. Article writing also needs a format. Case brief also needs a format. Book reviews has another different format. So for writing an article, there is a particular format which you all have to follow. It is a general format. I will discuss the general format. Various journals, various international journals require different type of format, but I will discuss a general format today. So, in a general format for writing an article, I'll be discussing the format and other things of the book later on. But first, we will discuss about the article only. For writing an article, the general format is that first and foremost, you have to make a title of your particular topic. It should be eye-catching. It should be very, very attractive. Like for example, you want to write an article on migrant labor. So you just can't simply write migrant labor on the title. No one will read it. Your title should be very attractive and eye-catching. For that thing, you have to add numerous prefixes and suffixes in that particular title. Prefixes means previous words and suffixes means forward words. For that thing, like for example, I'm taking the example of migrant labor. So you can write your title like that. Uh, Conditions of migrant laborers in India, apostrophe or two dots, and after that you should say an analysis of Indian laws, yeah, or a critical study of Indian laws on the conditions of migrant laborers. Or you can say like, so put your topic like that, uh, migrant laborers in light of COVID-19, right of migrant laborers in light of COVID-19. These are some of the eye-catching titles which everyone will first read and get interested in the article. If your title is not eye-catching or attractive, no one will read your article. Even the publisher will not select your article for that thing, for that purpose. So for writing a best article, you first need to make a title, which should be very attractive and very eye-catching. After the title, you have to mention your name and other things, your designation, institution, etc. in right inside. After that, you have to write an abstract for that particular article or research paper. Same both the things are same. And while writing the abstract, you have to be very careful while writing an abstract, because abstract is a short, you can say, what you are going to write in your article, what you are going to discuss in your article. It is a short format of your whole article. If you want to get an idea about what inside in this long article of 10, 12, 13 page, you will have to read the abstract. That should be your abstract. So for writing an abstract, it should be very short, very sweet, and very simple. It should be easily understandable by every reader. Like if a reader of first year student, if a first year law student is reading it, he should be able to understand it clearly. And if a professor level person is reading it, he should get interested in that particular article by reading that abstract of your article. So for writing a very attractive abstract, what you have to do is to start with a very attractive or very catchy lines. Like for example, if you take example of migrant labor only, or you can take example of other topics like juvenile justice. If you are writing an article on juvenile justice, you should start your articles like in today's era, or in today's time, in recent time, starting like this. In recent time, the condition of juvenile is test, 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 test. You would start it like this. Like first, the when the reader is reading, okay, he is talking about the recent time. And in that abstract, you should also mention the problems which we are facing, which according to you, the particular topic is facing. And in the end, you should discuss all the points which you are going to discuss in your article. You should discuss that in my research paper, the author will be discussing the impact of the violation of rights of migrant laborers, or the impact of crimes against children in India, or the reasons behind the crimes of against juveniles in India, like that. Reasons first, you should have to stick to reasons, then solutions. What are the solutions for that particular crime? After that, your suggestions should come in that particular abstract only. I'm talking about abstract only. Like in the end, the author will give suggestions regarding the solution of that particular problem. This should be the body of your abstract. After writing the abstract, you should move. You have to move further to the introduction part. Now, in the introduction, many of the writers commit or do such mistakes that they write a they start with the historical part of that particular thing. So, in my views, no one is interested in the historical part, in the introduction part, in the starting, because they want to get the latest knowledge which is happening in recent time. They are not they don't want the historical offenses or what happened in history. They don't want that. They don't want to read that. They want that what is happening in present time, what is happening today, what had happened yesterday, or the day before yesterday. They want to know that only. So for starting a proper introduction, you have to first give a short paragraph regarding the problem. That, like for example, if you are talking about migration labor, so you have to start your introduction part by giving the problem that, as we all know that India is suffering from COVID-19 problem, the community or the most people who are suffering from COVID-19 are all migrant laborers. So, and the Indian government should do or should pass some legislation to solve the problem, or shall pass some economic activities, or shall do some economic activities, or shall arrange buses for them, should make arrangements for them so that their problem should be solved. This should be the introduction part of your first paragraph of your introduction. After the first paragraph of your introduction, you should always define the very basic concept of your article. Like if your article is based on migrant labor, you should define what falls under the concept of migrant labor. Or, like for example, if you're writing an article on migrant laborers, we all know that in newspaper also the term migrant labor is being used. But if we go through the definition part, migrant laborers are not these types of laborers. Migrant laborers are like laborers who have come from uh, Bangladesh or Myanmar or Pakistan or any other country like that. They have came to India. They have migrated from that place and resided in India and settled in India, and now they are going back to their country. They are called as migrant laborers. Now, if we say that the people of Bihar, any labor from Bihar has went to Mumbai for his occupation. He is not a migrant labor. He's not, he is not considered under the category of migrant labor. So for that thing, you have to define. Okay, define what your concept is based on. If you're going to use the term migrant labor, then you should know what exactly a migrant labor is. Now, after defining your main point, like if I write an article on juvenile justice, I will define all the definitions giving under various statutes, like Children's Act, Juvenile Justice Act, other statutes also regarding the definition of juvenile. I'll define all the definitions. Like according to this act, this is the term, the juvenile is known as this. Okay. So after the definition part, you have to move to the further to the main topic on which you are going to discuss in this article, in your article. So in the introduction part itself, you have to discuss the whole scenario, like what Indians, some migrant laborers are suffering from, and what are the conditions in which they are living, what are the facilities which are not being provided to them, this type of thing in short term, in a very short term. Now, after the introduction part, you have to move to the further the main body of the article. In the main body, you have to write two, three things only. You have to stick to two, three things only. You can divide these two, three things in your according to your pages. Like on one page, I will write the basic problems of my article. Like if my article is based on juvenile justice, I will write what types of crimes are committed against juvenile in India in one page. First, the problem. Second thing, on second page, you have to write what are the solutions. So in solutions, you have to write all the laws or legislature which are provided for the protection of juveniles or migrant laborers or any other thing. So in the second page, you have to write a solution. In the third page, you have to give your opinion. Like what are the opinions or what are my opinions which according to which this problem can be solved. And before that, before giving your opinion, you can also add one more page if you want to add your word limit. If the word limit does not, if the word limit allows for writing that, you can add the page of judicial response towards that problem. In that particular point, in the point of judicial response, you can write the judgment given by Supreme Court or various high courts of India. Or if it is a topic of international level, you can write that courts. After completing the main body, what you have to write is suggestions and conclusion. In the suggestion part, you have to give your own suggestion. Like, according to me, this should be done by the government, this should be done by the legislature or the executive body or the judiciary for the improvement and for the solution of the problem. After the solutions, you have to write a very, very, very clear and unambiguous conclusion. Your conclusion should be very clear that yes, this was the problem, these are the laws provided, and these are the solutions. And in the end, I would like to conclude that if the government implements these laws or the government takes these solutions, then this problem can be solved. That's it. This is the basic format, this is the general format on which you can write an article easily. Now, this is the general format. But our workshop is regarding that, how to get published, how your article will get published, and for publication of that particular article, you have to work a lot. Now, on the first thing on which you have to work is regarding the plagiarism. You do not have to copy your article from many sources like most of the students do. They copy their particular article from 10 to 15 websites. They compile it in a very good form and they submit it for their publication. And it is outrightly rejected by every journal, every publication. This is the main reason behind the rejection of your articles. Now, first and foremost, what you have to do is be original. You have to write an original content. Now here the question arises that how the content will be original, how I should develop my mindset so that my content becomes original. Like I do not have any information, much more information, like such information I which through which by which I can write an article of 12 pages. I do not. I also do not have any information regarding a particular topic by which I can write an article of 12 pages or 13 pages. So for that purpose, you have to research heavily. Now, I would like to give a very easy idea for writing an article which is not plagiarized. So first you can do whatever you want to do. What you actually do. You just copy your material from different sites. Na? Okay, fine. You are comfortable in that? Do it. Like for example, you are going to write an article on juvenile justice. Okay, so research thoroughly with different websites. I would recommend you 2 3 websites. If you have pen and paper, you can write on your paper regarding the names of websites from which you can get very good articles. The first website which I will recommend is SSRM. What you have to do is, like for example, if you are going to research on the topic of juvenile justice, on Google, you should write juvenile justice space in capital SSRN. Write this only. By this process, all the articles which have been published on the SSRN website will come automatically on your page, first page only. Now, you have to decide that on what particular topic you are going to do the research. Like you are going to research on crimes against children in India. So you type the topic crimes against children in India space SSRM. You will get a number of articles. Now open all the articles, read the content of all the articles. By this process, you will get an idea like what you have to write and what you have to, what the format you need to uh, apply by writing the article on that particular topic. Because format is decided on the basis of your topic. If your topic is of arbitration, if your topic is of corporate law, then the format will be different. And if your topic is on any criminal law topic or a general or social topic, then the format of the article will also be different. Like for example, if you are writing an article on competition law, then in that case, you have very less number of judgments of Supreme Court, because most of the cases are decided by the Competition Commission of India. So you have to stick towards only those judgments. You cannot write on the judgments of Supreme Court or High Court. In that case, your format will change. And history, there is very less history available for the competition law cases, because the competition law case or competition law act came only on 2002. So the first website is SSRN. The second thing which I'm going to tell you is my personal thing, which I also use, is to take help from Shodh Ganga website. Shodh Ganga website is a very, very useful website for the students and for the researcher and academicians also, because on Shodh Ganga websites, the completed thesis of the PhD students, which is fully original, which is the original work of them, is published. You can get easily, you can download the work easily. So you will get, like for example, if you want to search for topic of crimes against children in India, and you go to that website shodhganga.com, and you get a thesis of around 500 pages on that particular topic. What else do you want? If you're talking about content, you will get 500 pages for your article, 500 pages of content for your article. Now now you have got all the material. Now you have selected all the material from these are two websites which I will recommend to get the material. Now you have got all the material. What you have to do is to compile that material in a very, very effective manner. Like for that example, I have to write an abstract for the particular thing. Abstract should be both purely original and purely your work. It should not be copied from another website or another papers, because there are various plagiarism software which can easily detect your software, which can easily detect your plagiarized work. Like if we take example of Turnitin, it can detect particular words which you have taken from that particular article. This is the scenario in presently. So I would like to recommend that your article should be original work of yours. So compile the data, compile all the collected data, and write it in your own language. Like for example, if you copied particular paragraph from a particular article, now you cannot just copy and paste that particular paragraph in your article. You have to first understand what that particular paragraph is trying to say. You have to analyze that particular thing, and you have to write that particular or rewrite that particular or rephrase that particular article, that particular paragraph in your own words. That is the simplest way for writing your paper in a original manner. Okay, so your total article shall be or must be at least 80% original. 20% plagiarism is accepted, because there are many things which cannot be originally written. Like for example, if you talk about laws, the law provided in statute cannot be replaced by your own language. You have to write that particular thing. Or the judgment given by High Court, Supreme Court, they can also not be replaced by our own language. You have to write that same language. Now, while writing an article, you have to first frame that what you have to write. Just think that what is going on in current scenario. In current scenario, there are many things like COVID-19 is a topic, migrant labor is another topic, NRC is another topic, Uniform Civil Code is also a topic. You can choose, and you should choose a particular current topic in any law. After choosing the topic, think about the topic, that are you ready to write these particular article, and will you be able to write all the relevant laws, total 13 pages on that particular topic? If you think you can write on that particular topic, you can move further. In the next step, you should think that what will be the target audience of your particular article, and what will be the particular purpose of that writing article. After framing all these points, you should gather all the data and start writing your article. And it should, I am repeating, it should not be plagiarized at all. After that, I would like to tell you the common mistakes which generally people make during writing of an article. The common mistake which the people make are that they do not use a proper grammar, or they commit various spelling mistakes during writing the article. So you should always make a draft of particular article and revise it 2 or 3 times at least. Read the whole article 2 or 3 times at least, so that there should not be any grammatical error and there should not be any spelling mistakes in your article. It should be totally free from that thing. So first, no grammatical errors, and second, no spelling mistakes. The other mistake which people do is writing long paragraphs. No, you should not write very long paragraphs on particular topic. You have to cut your paragraphs in a short manner. Like you have to write your paragraphs in maximum 5 to 6 lines in one paragraph, maximum. You have to cut your whole big paragraph into small paragraphs. Another thing which I would like to recommend is that you have to use particular vocabulary, particular words. Like for example, if I'm talking about a common thing, the vocabulary for common is also general. So you can use general instead of common, or common instead of general. So you have to use a particular words which looks attractive and good on that particular topic. So you have to improve your vocabulary skills for writing a perfect article. In the next thing, what you can do, your title should be eye-catching. Your introduction part should also be very attractive. These are the mistakes which generally people do. So, I expect from you guys who are attending the webinar, they should not, commit such mistakes. Now, uh, this is, I think, this is all which I can do talk about regarding writing a particular article. Next thing, because time is also running out, next thing I would like to tell is about the publication of that particular article. So, for the purpose of publication, there are two processes. First, you choose a journal. Like for example, I want to publish an article in a arbitration journal of NLU Jodhpur, or a criminal journal published by ILI Delhi, Indian Law Institute Delhi. Now, by selecting that particular journal, your scope for writing an article will get limited. Like if you chose the journal for arbitration law, then you have to write your article only on arbitration. But in second case, if you think you want to write an article on migrant labor, then your scope is very wide. Okay. So first choose this thing, that you want to write an article for a particular journal, or you want to write your own article. Both things are good. You can choose whatever process you want. In the second thing, the second process, what you can do is, first, your article should not be plagiarized, and your content should be best and attractive. You just have to research. You just have to see that. Yes, you have to see that what particular journal which you are talking about, like Fast Forward Justice has also their own journal, very good journal, which you can approach, which you can submit your articles on that particular journal. Like these also, there are many journals available in the market. You have to select what type of journal, particular journal you want to publish your article in. For that purpose, you can research on various websites like Loctopus and other websites also, where these call for articles are come day by day. In a single day, you can find 10 call for papers or call for chapters for the particular journal. So, for a particular journal, you have to send your article through their mail. Now, what I'm talking about publication, the publisher uh, see three things, only three things in your article. The first thing is your originality. The second thing is your content, what content your article has. And the third and most important thing is footnoting. What type of footnoting you have followed. Now, if we talk about footnoting process, there are various type of footnoting formats provided by many other provided many universities, like Blue Book edition. The latest is 20th Blue Book edition, which you can follow, or you can follow the Oscola format writing, or the best which I recommend is iLive format, the footnoting format of iLive, Indian Law Institute, New Delhi. So, how will you learn that particular footnoting techniques? You just have to type 20th Blue Book footnoting 20th edition. You will get a PDF file. In that all the footnoting format is given. Same is for ILI and same is for OSCO. You have to properly format your footnoting in that particular way, and should be on that manner only which the journal has asked, or according to you. It should be a uniform style of footnoting. Like it should not be like that. On first page we have entered an postula, and on second page you are writing it in Blue Book edition style. So you have to be uniform while writing your footnoting. While making your footnote. Okay. So these are the three things which you have to show. The first is your plagiarism, second is your content, and third is footnoting. That's it. If you have all these three things perfectly, no one can stop you from publishing your article. But I would like to give you my own opinion that many journals, I don't want to take the names of the journals, many reputed journals of panel news, many international journals also, they publish the work of their known or their colleagues. So competition is very tough in the market for publication. So either you have any known person in that particular journal, or your article should be that much perfect, that much good, that much attractive for those people that they don't find any, you know, any negative things in your article. They have to publish your article for the purpose. So your article will easily get published. If your article has three things, it should be original, very well content, and properly footnoted. Only these things. Okay. Now we come to our next topic regarding book writing. So in book writing, the format is, there is no particular format that I'm talking about. For writing a book, you have to first make your mind that yes, I can write a book of 300, 400 pages by myself. I am that much free, or I can spare at least 2 hours or 3 hours per day for writing my book. If you are mentally prepared, you have to first prepare mentally for writing a book, because it is a very long process and very, very tough process also for writing a book. Being writing an article is a very, short process. It can be completed in a week time, but for writing a book, you need a time of 2, 3, or 6 months. So for writing a book, you first have to think that yes, can I write a book? Yes, any person can write a book. It's just a matter of time, because many of the people, many of the person are not, they won't get time, or they do not have interest in writing a book, or there is third type of person is that who start writing a book. He write 100 pages in that book, and after that he get lazy and decide that, oh, it is a very long process. I will write the book after some 1 week, and that 1 week never comes. This is the case while writing a book. So first, you have to, be very well prepared mentally for writing a book. The first thing. Second thing, you have to choose a particular topic. Now, the main thing is that on what topic you should write a book. You can write a book on any current topic, or on any particular subject, like subject of international law, human rights, or any other thing. I have written two books. One is on public international law, and second is on human rights. I did not had any interest in writing those books. Yes, seriously, I did not had any interest in writing those books, but my publisher wanted me. My publisher wanted to publish on those two subjects. So in that case, I wrote those two books because I am specialized in criminal law. So my more interest was writing on criminal law or on any topic on criminology. But publisher suggested me that why don't you write on any book on public international. It was also my in my scope and my topic was also good. So I decided to write on that particular topic. So you have to first decide the topic. After deciding the topic of the book, either by the publisher or by yourself only, you have to go through the publication process first. Like you have to make a brief outline of your work. First, make 2 or 3 pages synopsis of your book, like what you're going to write, what will be the table of content in your book. Go to a publisher or contact a very good publisher. There are a number of publishers in India who publish law books, like EVC and this Universal Book Publication. There are many publications, Thomson Reuters. So first, approach that particular publisher on their email ID, which is easily available on their website, or through contact detail, which is also very easily available on their website. You just tell them their idea. Tell them your idea. That's through a mail. And in your mail, you have to write some particular things that, sir, I am interested in writing a book on particular topic. Like I'm interested in writing a book on crimes against children in India, and I have completed the table of content on that book. The reason behind writing such book is that such books are not available is not available in the market. Your publication has no publication book law publication house has not published that particular book, that particular topic, that particular book in the market. Like for example, if you want to write a book on Indian Penal Code, there are a number of books of Indian Penal Code in the market. Why would a publisher would need a very new aspiring author for a book on Indian Penal Code? So for that, you have to give various reason to the publisher that he get interested in your book on Indian Penal Code. For that thing, you can write that, sir, I want to write a book on Indian Penal Code, and I know there are many books on Indian Penal Code, but I want to write a very concise book on Indian Penal Code, which will deal very concisely with the topic, which will be around 200 pages, and it will be very cost effective. And what will happen after that? If it is cost effective, many students will prefer it. It will automatically give you market. You have to give them opportunity. Sir, मेरी book जो है, my book is like that. My book is how your book is different from other books. You have to give them this book. How your book is different. If you explain this to the publisher and he gets satisfied, he will definitely publish your book. So write a particular mail to the publisher, giving him the time limit. Sir, I will complete my book in 2 months or 3 months. Sir, the target audience for my book is students. Sir, or any other thing. Sir, the topic is very wide, very good, and very current. So I want to write this book on particular topic. If the publisher get interested, he will definitely mail back to you, and you can start writing your book from that particular time. Now, for writing a book, you have to be very content. You have to gain a huge amount of knowledge for that thing. Like for writing a book, like for example, if you take about the example of Indian Penal Code, take the example of Indian Penal Code, you have to be very well aware of all the books in the market. collect don't buy all the books from the market. Go to a library, good library in your city nearby you, just nearby you, in your college itself. Go to library, collect all the books on Indian Penal Code. Okay. After that, take down the table of content in each and every book. That what table of content they have provided. Compile that table of content for your book and add 2 3 new things, current topics in that particular table of content. By that process, your new and original book will be ready. Content of your new and original book will be ready. Because for writing a book on international law, like or no, so sorry, Indian Penal Code, you have to write the sections from 100 to 511. You cannot skip any section from that particular, right? But if you add some points like recent trends in Indian Penal Code or recent amendments in the Indian Penal Code, you just add 2 3 chapters regarding this, and your book will be different from others. Okay. After that, after making a table of content, you should, uh, take the chapters, like jot down the chapters. Like on in first chapter, I will be dealing in this thing. Second chapter, I will be dealing this thing, and make the deadlines. Like I will complete the first chapter in 10 days, 20 days, 20, 30 days, and complete that particular thing. And for completing that particular chapter, you have to write regularly and you have to fix a particular time period. Like I am free on a particular day, on every day, I am free from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. or 10 p.m. to 12 p.m. So I am deciding, I am scheduling my time from 10 p.m. to 12 p.m. for writing the particular book. And I will write it daily. I will not skip my schedule. I will not end my schedule for that particular thing. May whatever make it comes. Okay. If you have this type of enthusiasm in yourself, then only you will be able to write a book. Because for writing a book, very much energy, enthusiasm is needed. Because it is a very boring process and very very lengthy process also. People get bored for after in writing a book. So while writing the book, you should concentrate on the content only and your original work, which you also do in the research paper or article writing. Your work should be original, your content should be good, and after completing the draft of your book, you should send it to the good publisher. And after the writing of the book, you know you can draft the book very easily. You can write the book very easily. The main thing is that finding a good publisher for that particular book. There are many, small publishers which are available in the market. You can publish your book from them very easily. They will, take the book and publish it. Either it be plagiarized or not. Because the reason being is that in a book the copyright goes to the publisher, but publisher write a very good line in that particular book. If any case arise out of copyright, then the author of the book will be, will be liable for that particular thing. So you have to write your book in a very, original manner, because the publisher will not be, liable for it. You will be liable for it. So for choosing a good publication house, you have to work a lot. You have to jot down the names of the top 15 publication house, law publication house of India. Okay, do this work. After that, get their email ID through internet. Every publication house, each and every publication house has their website, and on the website, their contact information is given. Their email ID, their phone number is given. Write down their email ID and their phone number. After that, you have to make a proper email that we want to publish, we want to give them a proposal email for publication of your book. After sending the mail, you have to call them. Sir, I want to publish a book with your house, and I have sent you an email regarding that. Remind them by calling them, because they get hundreds of email daily for the proposal for the publication house. Okay, so and follow them, because publication house is not like that. They will, first in your, they will read your book in 1 hour, and they will give you a confirmation mail that yes, we are ready to publish. No, it is not like that. Publication house takes at least 21 days to reply to your mails, because they access the your work during these 21 days. They have very, big office for their publication, and they're checking plagiarism, checking the content. They have the teams checking on the content. So you have to, wait and remind them time to time. Okay. So I guess this is enough for me, and I would like to, uh, ask. I would like to, provide a platform for the listeners of this workshop to ask any question. If they have any question, they can ask. So I would like to request any of the listener to ask any question if they have any question.
सर एक क्वेश्चन किया है स्टूडेंट ने कि what is an ideal word limit for an article to be published or renowned journal?
Okay, renowned journal. Okay, so the word limit for a renowned journal is decided by that journal only.
Yes.
If there are 17 NGOs in India, they publish their own journal. Their word limit is set by their own journal. Like some have 2,000 word limit, some have 3,000 word limit, some have 4,000 word limit. It depends on the particular journal only.
Right.
You cannot decide the word limit. But if you think, if you have thought that yes, I want to write an article, and you start writing an article without getting into any journal, so you can write an article in 12 to 13 pages. And if then at the time of submitting that particular article to a particular journal, you are too bound by that particular word limit. If the word limit is less, you should delete some of the points in your article. If the word limit is more, then you have to add something in your article. But the general thing is that you can write your paper from 12 to 13 pages, or from 2,000 to 3,000 words. Okay, 3,000 is good. Any other question?
So they can raise or they can write in the chat. Sir, another student asks that please tell me the other footnote. One is ILI and other. What is just blue?
One is ILI, and what you have. The one is ILI, Indian Law Institute, Indian Law Institute Style of Footnoting. Second is 20th edition of Blue Book. Third is OSCALA, OSCALA, OSCALA. Okay. These are three types of footnoting styles which you can follow. The simplest is 20th edition of Blue Book. Okay.
The second, which footnoting format to be used while writing a book?
Very good question. No style of footnoting is needed in while writing a book. You just have to be uniform. Uniform style of footnoting is needed. That's it. No proper style footnoting style is needed. Third, there are various list of journals provided by UGC Care. So, what is the difference between publishing article in that UGC Care journal and any other journal? Now, UGC has published a list of journals of 52 journals only in that journal list. UGC Care List journal are total 52 all over the world. If we talk about the legal field, only 52 journals, and how many number of authors are there? In lakhs. Lakhs of students submit their work on that 52 journals. Now, the value is, I accept that yes, it is of value, some value. If you get your article published in UGC Care List journal, it is of very, very high reputation. But it is not like that. If your article is being published in another journal, it is of no value. There are, because there only one journal of NLU Bangalore is being admitted in that list.
So basically, the condition is that the journal have an ISSN number.
Yes.
So सर UGC केयर लिस्ट में सर बड़ा मतलब अगर कोई पर्सन अप्रोच करना चाहता है UGC केयर लिस्ट में जर्नल डालने के लिए सर हमें किसी यूनिवर्सिटी की अप्रोच लगानी पड़ती है और उसके लिए वो यूनिवर्सिटी पैसा मांगती है. सर आप इस चीज को मतलब अगर हम पॉजिटिव वे में लें तो मतलब कि अगर हम किसी यूनिवर्सिटी को बोले कि हमारा जर्नल रिकमेंड कर दो, फर्स्टली हम अच्छा कंटेंट, सर वो कंटेंट नहीं देखेंगे,
बिल्कुल
डजंट मैटर, वो बोलेंगे हमें कुछ दो हम आगे रिकमेंड करेंगे। सर ये भी मैटर करता है ना। तो फिर
यस
वो ISSN आई थिंक दैट और हमारे जैसे कई इंडेक्सिंग होती है, कोसमोस फैक्टर या ये मतलब इंडेक्सिंग है, वो काफी रेलिवेंसी शो करती है कि जर्नल को, जैसे हमारी अभी अप्रोक्सीमेटली 4.8 की रेटिंग दी थी 5 में से कोसमोस फैक्टर ने हमारे जर्नल की। तो सर वो ISSN आई थिंक ज्यादा रेलिवेंट होता है रेदर देन कि हम ये बोले कि यूजीसी के लिस्ट। वहां तो सर फिर मैंने आपको बता ही दिया कि कैसे वहां पे भी हम अप्रोच कर
बिल्कुल
सकते हैं। वो तो फिर जिसके मॉनिटरी टर्म्स में सर जो
यस
प्रीडेटरी
यस
जर्नल है वो
यस यस यस
इतना पैसा कमा लेते हैं, वो किसी को भी पे कर सके ताकि यूजीसी में के लिस्ट में डलवा दें।
If you talk about publishing your article in a Scopus Index article, then you have to definitely give some monetary benefit to them for publishing, and they charge for 10,000 to 15,000 rupees for publishing one article only. So they gave that money to UGC, and UGC list their journal in Scopus Index journal. That is the real scenario. So it is not like that the only the journals who are listed in UGC are of good value. Every journal in India is of good value, but you have to decide that what type of journal, what type of article you are going to write. Okay.
सर कई तो ISSN मैंने देखी है कि कई जर्नल को ISSN मिले हैं
Yes.
और वो जर्नल को बाद में सर ISSN वेबसाइट भी चेक नहीं कर रही है, उन्होंने उसके बाद अपना एडिटोरियल बोर्ड ही खत्म कर दिया है।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल बिल्कुल।
मतलब कि वो जर्नल प्रीडेटरी हुआ, पीयर रिव्यूड तो नहीं हुआ,
Yes, yes.
क्योंकि वहां पे कोई मतलब वो नहीं है कि चेक हो रहे हैं या कुछ भी, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, मतलब वो प्रीडेटरी में आ जाते हैं ये वाले journals ना।
Okay, so in the end, I would like to thank Fast Forward Justice to provide me a good platform, such platform to give my opinion, to provide your views to all my listeners. And there is also something like if the participants want any certificate for this webinar, they can pay the fees to the Mr. Vivek, and also they can go to the event website for the certificate thing. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So thank you everyone for participating in this webinar. Thank you, sir.